Radhe Radhe to all the dear listeners. This is my second video of the English practice that I have started to start my English practice videos on YouTube. The first one I made yesterday and I posted it. So I was thinking that what to speak today, because I do not write any script or I do not really do any preparation to speak, because my purpose is to increase the fluency and command in the language. So if I will prepare it in advance, well, that is also okay, because when you are in your initial phases of learning the language, you of course need to prepare first and then speak. And I also used to do the same when I was young. So please do correct me if I make any grammatical mistakes or pronunciation mistakes, because that's the very purpose that I am posting these videos, so that I can be benefited and you can also get benefit by listening. So then the reason why I'm showing you this is because I like the flowing water. This is a garden near my home, and these people are watering. So I do not know the source of water, but I can only see the water is flowing, and I find it very fascinating. I don't know if you may find it stupid, but the flowing water always fascinates me, and the stagnant water depresses me. Water, I think the flowing water is a symbol of life. So like the flowing water, the life should also keep flowing. See how beautiful is this. I hope you can connect with me. The clear water, this water is coming from a submersible pump, so it is very clear, not dirty. And you can see the leaves. I hope you can see the sun also shining in the water. So I was thinking that what should I speak today and what should I practice today, so that I also find it interesting and you also find some interest in it. Because if the topic is going to be boring, it is very tough to focus on boring things just for the sake of practice. That is for the same reason when people used to suggest me that you should read the English newspaper to make your English good. I never found the newspapers interesting, because I don't know why. I find it very boring, the news. Of course, the sports section and the movie section in the newspapers was interesting, so I used to read it, but anything else was very boring to me. In order to practice English, I'm more focused on watching English movies. English movies are interesting. Of course, they are interesting for various reasons, but among those reasons there was one side advantage also, that we get to practice English. And if especially you can see the subtitles in that English movie, that is more beneficial, because that way you can practice it in double way. Now this is where I am struggling to make a sentence. I have to say it that कि आप इस तरीके से दो तरह से practice कर सकते हो, but I am not finding the correct vocabulary. So anyway, if you think of a better phrase to be used here, you can suggest me that in the comment section. And the water is here on the ground. It's not going to be good to walk on it. So what I was saying, English movies. So watching English movies is one of the best ways to get the command over the language. Of course, for those people who are interested in movies and also reading novels of English, and especially choose the novels of simple writers, not those who have to showcase their vocabulary, like Chetan Bhagat novels. These are very nice novels to enhance your English speaking skills and vocabulary, because he uses very simple language, and also his novels are very interesting. The first novel of Chetan Bhagat that I read was 5 Point Someone, and it was very interesting. I finished the whole novel in 2 days, because once I started reading it, it was very interesting, and I always wanted to know that what is going to happen in the next chapter. So that is one way that you can enhance your English. So now I have come here. You can see this. This is a branch of the tree, and now this branch is broken. Earlier, this broken part was not like this. It was connected to that trunk. This is a banyan tree, and I think this has been here since hundreds of years, because it is not possible for a tree to grow and develop to such a huge extent in a matter of few years. So I'm sure that it has been here since hundreds and hundreds of years, and this tree fascinates me too much. When I was in class 6, I read about the banyan tree in my biology chapter, that these are the props, and all these trunks that you can see, these were not the original trunks. These have actually originated from the branches of this tree, and they came down here to support this huge tree, and then they developed the roots, and this one could be the main trunk, I think. So I don't know if it fascinates you or not, but whenever I get to find a banyan tree, I find it very, very interesting. See how huge is this. So in class 6, when I was in class 6, our class teacher took us here for a picnic, and it was first time that we went to picnic. So I was very excited. All my classmates were very excited. It was very small kind of what to say. They organized a very small kind of thing. This is a company garden. This name was given to it by Britishers. Of course, now the name is changed. That is the gate. And I hope I can show you my school also, my childhood school, which is very close. That is the building of the school. That is the building. That is one portion of the building. This school is very big and it's very old. I think more than 60 years now. So it is such a short distance. We came to and one of those windows, I hope if you can see, was one of my classroom. We used to look here through the window, and our class teacher took us to this garden for picnic through the road. So I remember exactly this place, when we were kids, we were playing cricket, and as you can see that there is not much bigger space to play cricket, but as kids it was all right for us. Someone was batting over here, and the bowler was bowling from there. Fielders were here and there, and if you can see that lawn, the boys were playing here, and in that lawn girls were preparing something. They were playing, singing songs with our class teacher. So it is very amazing that the gender roles are so clearly taught to us right from our childhood, because boys were meant to play with some sports or something like cricket or something, while the girls were supposed to sing songs. So they were singing songs at that place, and they brought some things to eat. So they were managing, or they were properly making snacks. Not making snacks, they brought those snacks from their home, and they were just organizing it properly, managing it to distribute. So automatically that job was done by the girls and not by boys. Now who taught these things to them? Why the girls were not playing like boys? And nobody really forced them to do so. They automatically accepted that role. It comes from our homes, and this is the reason why we behave in a certain way even when we become adult. So this was about this English practice video today. I think I made many mistakes in grammar and in pronunciation. Please do correct me in the comment section. And if you listen to these kind of English videos, or if you listen any kind of English content, and if you read, that is the best way to. Yes, so I was saying that if you really want to improve your English speaking skills, then there is no set of rules or a procedure that is there to make you learn. The only thing that can make you good in English or in any language is that you have to be in that kind of environment. Now in big cities like Delhi, Mumbai and these places, the environment is naturally there, because in schools and in colleges and even in the homes, the children are exposed to this English speaking environment, because they know that learning English is a skill, and of course mother tongue and Hindi comes naturally. So but in the small cities, tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities and in villages, we do not get the environment. But unless you find such kind of environment where people are speaking in English, it's not really possible to become good in English. Of course you can read English books, you can watch the programs or movies that are in English, you can read novels, and of course the YouTube is there. So what I was trying to say is that if you don't naturally find an environment that encourages you to speak English, you can access the internet or YouTube, because this is also one of the best ways. We consume so much of content on internet, and a lot of content is of no purpose to us, and it just wastes our time and energy. But we can choose to select the content that can be helpful to us. And there have been many examples of people who have benefited greatly just through internet. There are examples of people who have cleared civil services from preparing from a railway station, using the internet connection of the railway station. So there is no scarcity of such people who are using internet for their benefit. So we, the people of small towns and where we do not really get access to the English speaking environment, we can use internet for our purpose. Please watch videos like these of mine and other videos also. Please watch content in English. You will not realize that you will not find the results immediately, but if you will keep on doing this over months and months, you will see the change, that automatically your brain has started absorbing the language. So this is not something like you can see it on daily basis that you are making an improvement, but over a period of time, if consistently you are putting yourself in this language environment, you will notice after a few months that you have started to pick up the language. And this is how it is, I think,